Hey everybody, Sentai5 here, and welcome to another review. If you couldn't guess by this box or by the music to my intro, I'm going to be reviewing the Nouto YUDO Set from Donbrothers. And this is a set I've been very excited for pretty much ever since the press conference for Donbrothers back in February, when we saw all three suits. I fell in love with them immediately. I love the characters as well and their actors. And so I was hoping we would get figures of them very soon, but when we found out that the retail Yudo sets were split in halves, that really slimmed down the chances there and made it higher for P Bandai. And eventually it was announced towards the end of the summer that they were getting their own set on P Bandai, and here it is, 4 to 5 months later. Alright, let's open it up now. So we have instructions front and back. A piece of candy, because of course this is a candy toy. Sticker sheets, because that's how candy toys obviously are. Sonoza's weapon. Here is Sonoi and his bag. Next up is Sonoza and his bag. A bag of hands, because you better catch them. And Sononi and her bag. So I'm gonna go sticker these up real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, they're all stickered up and they look incredibly phenomenal, obviously. Something really cool and worth noting for this review is that their left gauntlet comes off so you can attach their chest piece and make it a shield. So let's take a look at the leader of the Nouto, Sonoi. Here's a 360 look of him, all stickered up. And he looks amazing. He's actually my favorite one out of the trio. His joints are kind of stiff on mine, it might just be me, but just always know that your mileage may vary. His arms can bend forward and bend a little bit back. His wrists rotate all around. His arms go in and out and forwards and backwards. His legs move forward but don't really go back. Knees bend very nicely and can go a little bit forward too because of how the joint is. Feet rotate all around and he's got a pretty nice thigh swivel as well. His Baron sword looks really good, all stickered up. Sometimes you might have to press it back in place because they're stickers, so some of them might try to come off. And that's another thing that's very annoying about this set actually, is Sonoi's shoulder pads popping off very easily. What they did in this set is actually kind of mind-boggling because for regular Yudos, the hinge for the shoulder pads is molded onto the actual arm shoulders instead of the body, but we have it on the body here, so I don't know why they did that, but it really hinders a lot of articulation possibilities as well. And I just realized that I had his gauntlet off of his arm from when I showed it off earlier, so I apologize about that. Finally, the last accessory that Sonoi comes with is his alternate chest plate that he gets for his powered up form, from when he stole Don Momotaro's power. For the sake of timing for this review, all three of them come with just a regular chest piece that doesn't have their plate attached to it as well. Their chest pieces are really hard to get out of the peg inside of it, so I just left the one with the slit in because you can easily take off the chest plates. And of course I forgot to show you all that he has a bicep swivel 360 degrees. So that's it for Sonoi. He's pretty solid looking. Next up is Sononi. Here's a look at her 360 all stickered up. She has her shoulder pads molded onto her arm right where the bicep swivel is, so it's kinda hard to do it because it's also a little bit stiff on the joint on mine. But if you look closely, it can still be done, so don't worry. Aside from that, her articulation is basically the same as Sonoi. She bends at the elbows, rotates around in the wrists. As mentioned earlier in the review, the gauntlet pops off. I also forgot to show that all their heads can rotate 360, and of course you can swap chest plates. So here she is with Sonoi's powered up chest plate, and she looks pretty good with it. She has waist rotation 360, and I forgot to mention Sonoi can do that as well. Here is her condor arrow split into 2 daggers. Here is the actual bow part that connects both pieces, and it comes with an open hand that holds it. The arrow can peg into the other open hand as well. And there we have it. And here is a somewhat decent attempt at her holding the bow and arrow. I can definitely do it better off camera. Finally, last but not least, the ugly mane, sleep paralysis demon himself, Sonoza! Here's a look at him 360, all stickered up. And he was probably the most easiest one out of the 3 to put the stickers on. Took the least amount of time, ironically. His articulation is the same as his teammates, so I'm just going to leave it to the rest of the video. His shoulder pads are also unfortunately at an hinge where it's molded onto his body instead of the arm, but it's a little bit more easier to pose with him than it is for Sonoi because these don't pop off easily. Here's a look at his Kage spear all stickered up, and it has a little piece at the bottom so it could be able to be held in his hands. So yeah, that's about it for the Nouto YUDO set. Overall, I think it's a very solid set. It's very worth the wait. There's still some things that are left to be desired, such as needing better shoulder pad hinges that should be on the arms instead of the body, so you can pose the boys much better, especially in action poses, so the armor pieces don't pop off. Also, I don't like that their head joints are just very solid instead of the usual more articulated head joint for the other regular retail Yudos, because now these guys can't look up and down, they can only just rotate around, so it kind of limits a little bit right there as well. But aside from that, I really think they do give you your money's worth in this set, especially with the weapons, the alternate hands, and the alternate chest pieces as well. You know, you get ones that you can't put the chest plate on, and then the ones that you can put the chest plate on as well. And also, they were very nice enough to include Sonoi's powered up form, which at the time of the announcement we didn't know we were even going to get until a few months later when we saw the Bandai blog and they revealed it. So that was a very nice touch. But that's not all for the Nouto. There was a fourth Nouto named Sonoshi who appeared only in one episode and is coming back later in the show as of this recording. So we need a Yudo of them. And I think I'll make a separate video on what I hope to have to finish off the Donbrothers toy line. I think that would be a fun video to do, so I'll leave off my thoughts for that. There's links in the description below on where to buy this set, such as Toe Collectibles and Big Bad Toy Store. Toe Collectibles is sold out of the pre-order, but I believe they might be actually stocking whatever sets they have left, so you might want to hop on that if you're very interested in having this. Also, Big Bad Toy Store has their pre-order slots open as well. I'm not sure when exactly they come in, they just get in whenever they get in. And before I end the review, here's some shots of the team, especially them fighting their rivals, the Donbrothers. And if you've seen the show, you know these pairings make a lot of sense. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video as well, especially if you're a Donbrothers fan and or a fellow hobbyist like me. So that's it for this review. Thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you next time.